see somebody just joined. Hello and welcome. Oh, great. We're getting lots of people coming in. Hello, everyone. My name is Kyler. Welcome to Storytelling Tips with Kyler. As the name suggests, that's me. And we're going to be creating our own story today. So I know some of you probably attended the session last time, and even if you haven't, that's totally fine. We're going to be talking about stories today together. We're actually going to be making one as a complete group. So I think it's going to be a really fun activity. I hope you guys are excited because I definitely am. Also, I hope you enjoy this lovely picture of Snoopy. He's actually one of my most favorite writers if you've ever seen the Peanuts cartoons. But let's just jump right in. Okay, so I'm definitely going to rely on your guys' help for most of this. In fact, all of this actually, because I've been having a lot of trouble writing stories lately. Being stuck inside all day, my imagination has just been kaput. So I'm going to be looking to you guys for a lot of help and guidance. Whenever you have an idea or whenever you want to answer any of the questions that I'm posing, raise your hand on Zoom. There's a little icon for you to do that. I think you have to click the More option. And then my lovely partner at Talent Nook is going to unmute you and you can talk directly to me. Sound okay? You can let me know in the chat if that sounds okay to you, or if you're having any trouble locating the hand raising icon. Oh, someone unmuted. I see a chat going on up here. Let's pull that up. I can hear you. Let's see. Okay, thank you. So it seems like somebody is unmuted. Who's unmuted? Can you hear me? Hello? Maybe he can't quite hear me, or she. Okay, either way, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so first and foremost, we're going to be thinking of an idea for a potential story. So as we know, stories take several different genres. They can be fantasy novels, they can be dramatic stories, they can be fantasy stories, they can be romances, they can have cowboys, they can have aliens, they can have basically anything you want. So what I'm looking for is a really fun idea for us to start with. So if you have a good idea for a story, maybe it's just buzzing around in your head, go ahead and raise your hand on Zoom now, and my partner is going to unmute you, okay? Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Great. Hi, what's your name, honey?
So I'm Dihan, and I was just thinking that we can make a story about eagles because I made one yesterday.
Okay, so a story about eagles. I love that. I mean, you say you made an eagle. What do you mean by that? Like out of Legos or paper?
No, like out of materials I found around my house.
Wow.
Like it has a toilet paper roll at the back for it to stand.
Wow, okay. That's really interesting. And I've never thought to actually do that. I might have to make an eagle for myself. Well, thank you so much for that. I really like that idea. Maybe let's get 2 more ideas just in case. How about that? So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Does anybody else have any ideas? Go ahead and raise your hand now. Anybody? The eagles might be the idea then. Okay, so I guess we're going with eagles. That is totally fine then. Oh, nope, we got one more. Hi, can you hear me okay? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We can write a story about our toys.
About what? I'm so sorry.
About tourists.
Taurus? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard...
Tortoise.
Oh, turtles, okay.
Turtle.
Yes, story about turtles. No. So a story about turtles, great. Okay, so we have an idea here. So we can either write a story... 1 second, I'm so sorry. So we can do either a story about eagles or we can do a story about turtles. So I'm going to mute you now. Thank you for that wonderful idea. If everybody can please put their votes into the chat, that would be fantastic. So we need to figure out if we want to write about eagles or we want to write about turtles. Oh, but we have someone else who's been unmuted. Hi, hello.
Story about moon hiking.
So we're actually not taking any more story ideas, but I appreciate you asking. I think we're going to decide between these two. So instead, I'm going to look in the chat right now. It seems like everybody wants to write about eagles, so we're actually going to do that. But thank you for your idea. Okay, so we're going to do a story about eagles. And thank you for whoever gave the turtle suggestion. I really like turtles too. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We are going to come up with 3 possible eagle characters. So maybe we'll do like 2 boys and 1 girl. So if you have an idea for one of the eagle names, you can also raise your hand about that right now. Oop, you're still muted, I think. So you might have to unmute yourself. There we go. Hello, what's your character name?
My name is Aswat.
Hi. And what do you want the eagle's name to be? It's okay if you don't know. We can always ask somebody else. Okay. Anybody else have any ideas for eagle names? Hello again. Do you have an idea?
So I want to name it, what is that called? Alex.
Alex, okay. Now, Alex can be either a boy or a girl name. So do you want this to be for a boy eagle or a girl eagle?
Boy eagle.
A boy eagle, okay. So again, just to reiterate or to repeat what we've been talking about, it's always good first to start with the idea for the story that you want to do. And the next thing that you immediately do after that is you start brainstorming possible characters. We got a little chat going on over here. Hi, I am not able to answer. Okay, well, you can give me your possible name right here in the chat and I'll take it into consideration, okay? So go ahead and type it in the chat. Seems we have another person. Hello down there.
Not for the boy.
For the boy, what idea do you have for the boy?
Max.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Max.
Max. Oh, I love that name. Okay, so that's the second boy eagle. Now we need a girl eagle. It seems like we had someone in the chat who really wanted to contribute. There she is. Even me. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Maybe some people are having a hard time being heard, which is okay on Zoom. Okay, we need a name for the girl eagle, guys. We got 2 guy eagles, but we need 1 girl. So if there are any girls in the audience, I'd love to hear some of the names you can come up with. Ooh, we got a little chat going on over here. Oh, Isha, I love that. Okay, so that's gonna be the last name that we have. Isha for the girl eagle. Great. Those are all excellent names, you guys. Really, really good job brainstorming that. All right, after you come up with your characters, you gotta pick a place for them to live. I see we got a chat going on. Mighty Ego, I want Lego Movie. I'm sorry, unfortunately, we're not doing the Lego Movie. I really love Lego Movie. My brother loves Lego movies. We love Lego Masters, but today's story is actually gonna be about eagles. Maybe next time if we do another one of these sessions, we'll write about Legos. Okay, so the next thing we gotta do is we gotta pick a setting, a place for all of these eagles to live. Do they live in the forest? Do they live near an ocean? Where are these guys living? Go ahead and raise your hands now. We can figure out some ideas for that.
So, like, what about a nest in a tree in the forest?
Great, that was really specific. That was excellent. Nest in a tree in a forest. So look at that. We've got their home, we've got a tree, and we got a forest. So 3 possible places that they all can hang out. All right, now we got to figure out the connections these characters have to each other. For example, are they brother and sister, boyfriend and girlfriend, best friends? What are they doing with each other? Siblings, cousins? I see someone's unmuted. Hello. Oh, I don't think I can hear them. Okay. I see in the chat someone else said that they wanted to have maybe a cave in the forest, so we can keep that as a possibility too. We got to figure out how these guys are related, you guys. I see someone posted a link. I don't know where that's going. So go ahead and raise your hand. How do you guys want these people to be related? Are they best friends? Are they siblings, brothers and sisters? Let's focus on that. It's the next step. Hey, Sean.
Yeah. My name is Ishan. So like, I want them both to be best friends.
Want them all to be best friends? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so they're all going to be best friends. Great. Okay, so now we've got our idea. We're writing about eagles. We know there's 2 boy eagles and 1 girl eagles. We know that they're in a nest or possibly in a cave, in a tree, in a forest, and that they're all best friends. Okay, so I'm assuming they're probably around your guys' age. That's how old we're going to make them. So around maybe 5 to 8, who knows? All right. So as we know in stories, there's typically a beginning, a middle, and an end. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. I'm sure you're all avid readers. We're getting a lot of people in this chat. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So the beginning of a story is typically where you introduce your characters, and we've already picked up stuff about that. We know that all of these guys are best friends. Oops, having a little technical difficulties here. Best friends who maybe live in the same tree. So we know that they live in a nest. We know that they probably live in a cave. Do they go to school together? Where do they hang out? Do they all hang out in the nest? Give me some more information that we can work with here. Let's learn more about these characters, and anybody can volunteer, so go ahead and raise your hand. Pretty lady, good to see that you finally were able to get your mic working. What would you like to add here?
You want to say something, Shazia? Okay, say something.
But then she not.
No, she can listen to you.
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
So the beginning, what happened?
They'll play in a park together.
They're playing in the park together?
Yeah.
Great. So they're playing in the park together. Oh, I love that. What are they playing? Ooh. So we got that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful contribution. What are they playing in the park? Hello, I see somebody is about to be unmuted. Hi.
Actually, I was also thinking they would play like in a tree, like they would like play in the sky when they're flying, and they would also land on trees and try to tag each other.
Oh, that's fantastic. So kind of like they're playing tag, but in the air. That's great. So playing
and on the tree branches.
In the air and landing on tree branches. Oh, wonderful. Those were great descriptive details. Thank you so much for that. I see some people are talking in the chat, so I'm just going to check on that real quick. I see some people are having a lot of fun up here. Try to focus on this though, you guys, because when we're all done, we're actually going to have a story that we're going to get to create together. So all of you are contributing such wonderful things. I really hope that you're focusing on it. Okay, what else are they doing in the beginning of the story? Try to picture the stuff that's happening in your mind. That's the best thing that you can do. I always like to close my eyes and try to visualize or think about the characters. Anything else that we want to add to the beginning of the story? Give you guys a minute, you can raise your hands. Hello again. I think you're still muted. There we go.
Well, maybe. Wait, can we move on to the problem?
Absolutely. Do you have something that you want to talk about?
Yeah.
This, again, before I get that from you, I just want to just make sure 1 second that everybody understands that we're moving on to the problem now. So when we say there's a problem in the story, it means it's something the characters have to solve together. So not one person by themselves, but all of them together. What is the problem that you think they should solve?
Maybe one of the boys get lost while they're like maybe there's this hunter that shot that shoots in the air, and then the boy eagle gets scared and then goes into a tree, but he thought it's the same tree that his friends are in, but it's not.
Okay, so that was really, really good details. But I think the whole idea of them being separated might make it a little bit hard for all of us to write it together. We want to make sure that all of the people, all the characters, Alex, Max, and Isha, are together at all times. That's how we know we have a really good story. But I like your idea. Does anybody else have any ideas for potential problem? Hello. Nope, nope, okay. Oh, nope, we're gonna try one more time. Hi.
I think I don't know. Like I think you said that they should be together. So that was like same as almost same.
Same? Okay. Well, if you guys don't want them to stay together, that's okay too. I think we can make that work. So it seems like, and in the chat too, everybody wants them to sort of get lost. And I think that's a good way to sort of start this. So maybe someone gets lost. So one of the eagles gets lost. And I see some stuff happening in the chat. So we're going to pause for a second so I can look at that. Okay. Lost in the forest, maybe reuniting together. So one of the eagles gets lost. Two of the other eagles have to find them. Well, now we need to decide which of the eagles is going to get lost. So is it going to be Alex, Max, or Isha? Like, who's going to get lost? Who has to find the other people? We got a little chat going on up here. Let's take a look. All right. So we have one vote for Alex. Hello.
So, like, Max might leave. Like, maybe Max.
Okay. Okay. We got another person in the chat. Pretty lady, you want to add something? We got two more votes for Max. Go ahead, pretty lady.
Oh yeah. There could be another problem that their parents are not letting them have play dates near their house or in the terrace or somewhere near their home. Only in the park they could.
I love that. So here's what I'm gathering from everybody. So we're going to take a break from answering any more people just so I can make sure that everybody understands what we're doing. So one of the eagles gets lost. We've decided that that eagle is going to be Max. Poor Max, unfortunately, is going to get lost in this story. And Isha and Alex are going to have to go find him. I do like Pretty Lady. I didn't hear her real name, so I apologize for that. I love your suggestion that maybe their parents aren't letting them have play dates. Maybe that's why they have to go and play tag in the sky and someone gets lost. I really like that little detail that she added there. Those little details are what make your story come alive. So it's always good to be thinking about those things. Now, what makes someone get lost? So Vihan came up with that wonderful idea that maybe there was a hunter and kind of got shot, but that's a little dark. Maybe we should pick something else. So what's another way that someone gets lost?
He was hiding and then he didn't know where to go, so he got lost.
Okay, so are you saying that maybe they were playing like a game of hide and go seek or something like that in the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so he gets lost during a game of hide and go seek. Ishan, you're back. What's going on?
So like I want the problem to be like an eagle when they were playing tag. Isha will need to go. It like flew away in the wrong direction, and it was landing in a tree, but it thought it was the same tree, but it went and landed in the wrong tree and missed that tree too. So then it fell down in another forest.
So Max landed in the wrong tree. I think you said Isha, but we've sort of decided as a group that Max is going to be the one that goes missing. I do like your idea though, so maybe landed in the wrong tree. I'm going to take that idea because I think it's great. So here's the problem so far, you guys. And actually, let's recap the whole thing. So our story is about eagles, thanks to the wonderful person, and blanking, unfortunately, who came up with the idea, who made his own eagle, and now we're writing about that. We got 3 main characters. We know they're chilling in the forest, they're having fun. We know they're all best friends, they're playing together in the park. Maybe their parents don't usually let them have play dates, so this is a really special day. But as they're playing hide and seek and tag in the sky, Max accidentally lands in the wrong tree. And now Isha and unfortunately Alex, they can't find their best friend. So the problem is, and this is kind of what I'm going to write in capital letters here, Max is missing. Or Max. Okay, so here's the next step. What are Isha and Alex going to do to solve this problem? What are they going to do to solve this problem? How are they going to find Max?
Yeah, so what will, like I mentioned, so what they'll do is the 2 forests, there's just a pond. So then what they're gonna do is they're gonna fly over the pond and look all over the 2 forests to see where Max landed.
So they're going to fly over the forest, over this big pond, and they're going to go and find Max. Got it.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to add something? Go ahead and raise your hand. Yes, hello. Go ahead, you're unmuted. Can you hear me okay? They get help from their mom. I see somebody suggested in the chat. I can't quite hear whoever's been unmuted. Maybe somebody else wants to try. I'm sorry about that. Anyone else want to raise their hand on Zoom? How are we going to find him? Yes, hello, welcome back. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I think they should also fly over like a cloud that is very blurry, so they go around the cloud to find the opening to come out.
Great, so first, maybe the first step they do, maybe their problem is threefold. Means there's 3 things they're gonna do. 1, they're gonna fly over the forest, over a pond to find Max, but maybe they don't find him, so they don't find him. Next, they fly over the clouds, and it's really hard to see, so they don't find him. And then I'm gonna take one of the suggestions from the chat because I really like it. Then they ask their moms for help, because it's always good to ask your parents for help. Okay, so that's kind of like the turning point. They're asking for help here. In the end, this is the final step, you guys. Does Max get found, or do we never find Max? And what does Max maybe learn from all this? So there's 2 questions here. Do we find Max, first of all? Go ahead and raise your hand. Do we find Max? Yes, go ahead.
Max finds them.
Max finds them. Okay, how does Max find them?
He saw a tree that looked same to the other friends.
Okay, so he finds them while maybe they're looking for them. We're looking for him. I like the idea of Max finding them. It kind of shows that Max is definitely stronger than we give him credit for. All right, Ishan, go ahead.
Yeah, so like how to find it is Max was wandering around in the forest, and then he went for a drink in the pond, and then right the minute when Max put his beak in the water, the 2 eagles went dashing down that they saw Max, because when they were flying, they saw Max.
When they were flying, they saw him. Okay. So We have two choices here, and so we're going to need to vote in the chat again. We can either, 1, say that Max finds them, or 2, they find Max. Which one sounds better? Go ahead and put your votes in the chat, and I'm going to look here. Let's see. Go ahead and vote whenever you guys are ready. If not, Max finds them. Okay, we got 1 vote for that. I'm gonna look for maybe 5 people and we'll see. Max finds them, they find Max. Ooh, we're tied. They find Max now has the final vote. Okay, so they find Max, and we're gonna take Ishan's suggestion while he is drinking water from the pond. Great. Now, the biggest way that we're supposed to end this, and we get one more chat so I can look at that. Yeah, they find Max, okay. The last thing we need to look for, if I can get my controller to work, is the lesson everybody learns. It's always good to have a moral or lesson to the story. So go ahead and raise your hands one last time on Zoom. What's the lesson that all of these people learn?
Yeah, so like the lesson they learn is that never play tag far away from your tree or you will get lost.
I love that. Never play tag far from your tree or you'll get lost. And sometimes lessons are twofold. Sometimes there's more than one lesson. I see we got another person. Go ahead. Ooh. I can't quite hear you. I'm sorry about that. But I saw something in the chat. Always ask for help when you need it. Absolutely. Without their mom's help, I guarantee they probably wouldn't have found Max. All right, so let's just summarize exactly what we talked about. We got one more person who wants to say something before we run out of time. Go ahead.
Always stay with your group.
That's a good one too. I really like that. Okay, that's excellent. Perfect. Well, let's summarize again what we were talking about here. We decided to write a story about eagles. That was the idea that we started with. Then we picked characters. We picked 3 eagles, 2 boys, 1 girl, and we picked a setting for where all of this was taking place. In a forest, in a nest. 3, in the beginning, we found out that all of these people, eagles, I'm sorry, were friends, that they loved playing tag in the air together and hopping on the tree branches, that sometimes their parents don't always let them have play dates, so maybe this is a really special day. But unfortunately, the problem is Max went missing during their tag game. And because Max went missing, Isha and Alex had to go and find him. And when they couldn't find him, they asked their parents for help, which is the turning point. Without their parents' help, they never would have found Max drinking water from the pond. So the lesson is never play tag too far away from your tree, or always ask for help when you need it. So those are the steps that we always go through whenever we're telling a story together. The good news is you're actually going to be able to read this story, because since our sessions are kind of short, I'm going to type all this up, so you're going to have this story to read with your family members, which should be really fun. If you enjoyed this lesson with me, because I definitely enjoyed working with all of you, you came up with great suggestions. You can always go onto talentnook.com. You can type my name in the search for lessons bar, Kyler J, and you can see here all the lessons that I teach, all of the subjects that I teach, and you can make an appointment to meet with me or reach out to one of the Talent Nook advisors. I really enjoyed this session with all of you. Like I said, I think you came up with some really, really awesome tips. I think we're going to be doing this one more time, so if you're really interested in talking more about stories with groups of people, I would love that. See, we got someone in the chat. Am I going to print this? You're probably going to get an email right after this. You're going to get a story. I see someone wants to be unmuted. Hello again.
I have like a suggestion for the story that they go home together.
That they go home together? I like that. You know what? I'm going to add that on here right now. They go home together. Thank you for that last minute one. Okay, We'll be looking in your email, you guys, because you're all going to get a copy of this story. Someone asked for that in the chat as well. And like I said, if you want to continue working with me, I am a tutor at Talent Nook, so you can always stop on by or come by during one of our next, free trial sessions for this. But really excellent work on all of your parts. And I hope that you enjoy the story when it gets sent to you. Okay, well, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. But good seeing all of you, kind of. I heard your voices. Have a good day, all of you. Bye.